Welcome back to the Breakfast Club. I'm Shilda Ismail, and this segment I'm having a breakfast with this lovely lady beside me. All right, back in the 80s, Malaysia, we have women's bodybuilding competition alongside with a men's event, local and international state. And Malaysia used to send athletes to international events. Unfortunately, to some certain reason, the sports was disallowed in this country. But I'm not going to speak in terms of the sport, but I'm going to speak on this personality of this lovely lady. She is none other, Lillian Tan, and she hails from Penang. And she's the women's bodybuilder. Right, in 2004, she won her division and the overalls of INBA Championship and was selected to represent Team USA and at the Natural Olympia and came in third as a pro. Welcome to the club, Lillian.
Thank you.
The first thing I would like to ask you, if you can demonstrate your muscle here.
Wow. My favorite.
Wow.
Double bicep.
Okay, perhaps you can tell me what made you want to pursue this sport?
It's the passion you have in it. If the first thing when you wake up in the morning, that's all you can think of, and the last thing when you go to bed at night, that's all you can think of, then that's what you need to do. And for me, lifting weights and, being in the health industry is my passion.
Okay.
I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
Okay. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been competing?
I've been competing for 5 years. I started in 2001, and I took a break after 2004, and then I thought that was it, and I was going to just retire from bodybuilding, competing. And then I moved back to Malaysia, July of 2009, and the competition bug, came back again, and I just I want to go back on stage. So I went back on stage last year.
I'm sure when you, when you go out, people might say you have that kind of sentiment. People will like to will look at you in some way, sort of like weird way or something like that. Do you have that?
Oh yeah.
And how do you feel about that? And do you feel like you want to? Don't look at me.
At first, I remember when I take the bus a lot from Penang to KL.
All right.
I remember arriving in Penang, these two taxi drivers talking amongst themselves. I think she's a man. No, she's a woman.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I think she's a man. And at first it's insulting because you're a woman, you train so hard, and just because you look more muscular than an average woman, people automatically think, okay, she's,
she's something.
Yeah, something else. But then, in the end, you look at it, I must be doing something right. I am working out right, I'm developing my muscles, and my definition and separation is showing so well to the point that, I can be mistaken for as a man. So when you look at it that way, then it's, it's not so bad.
So what happened after that?
I just walk away. They were still debating, I just walk away, that's not much. My mom followed behind and gave them that dirty look.
Did you have that, did you just sort of open your, your dress or something like that?
No, I was actually wearing nice blouse and all that, but, no indication at all. So I had my heels on and all that, but, still come across.
Okay, perhaps you can, people want to have a better view of you. Perhaps you can look at the camera a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's right. If the guys in the studio, they are like, wow. Jangan main-main with me, Okay, what is the most challenging aspect of this sport, on this business? Besides, the impression and,
it's a lot of discipline involved, some days I just want to eat whatever I want to eat. You just want to, and then it's like we have a cheat meal once a week, and sometimes you work so hard. It's like that day it takes so long to get there. So it's just one meal out of the whole week. So every 6 days out of the week, we basically have to eat very healthy. 5-6 small meals a day, very high protein, low carbohydrates. Of course you got some kind of fat in your diet, but good kind of fat. So it's easier said than done, when, it's not so bad, just low carbs, high protein, but you do it day in and day out, it gets boring after a while.
Are you an eater? Are you a foodie kind of?
To eat.
You love to eat.
I think I live to eat.
Yeah, coming from
I don't eat to live, I live to eat. I have to say that.
Okay, besides your achievement in 2004, perhaps you can tell us more about it?
2004 was the year I decided I want to turn professional athlete.
All right.
So
What was your challenges?
My,
especially when you're in US.
Right. I wanted to make it to the highest level, competing naturally, which is the Natural Olympia. So in order to make it to that level, you have to compete at local divisions, qualify, basically win local divisions, and then win the national level and be the top 5, then to get selected to represent the country you want in the Natural Olympia. So that's what
that's
I started.
Quite a drill. Okay.
Yeah, I started out with the Miss LA, Los Angeles Open. I won that one. And
you won the Miss LA Open?
LA Open. Then 2 months later, I went to San Diego level. So that's where I live, is my little town. So I won that, and that qualified me for the Miss USA. So I represented the California state in the USA.
Right.
And
this Penang girl, represented Miss California.
I went to Las Vegas for the Miss USA, and that was a very big night because I took the overall. Not only did I win my division, I won the overall. So that was where I was given my pro card. So I was asked if I could represent United States or Malaysia. I actually called to see if I could represent Malaysia, but they never quite recognized women's bodybuilding. So then I decided to represent the Team USA because I was a permanent resident there. So that's what I did.
Okay, speaking on, the food that you take, maybe you can have some kind of advice, health tips,
Well, health tips for most people, you hear that a lot. I don't have appetite to eat in the morning, want to skip breakfast. When people say, I want to lose weight, so we'll skip breakfast. Skipping breakfast is like the worst thing you can do,
Listen to that, yeah.
It's been proven time again, skipping breakfast does not help you lose weight. And why? Because you go to bed the night before, you sleep, for example, 6 to 8 hours, you're hungry. If you wake up and leave the house and you don't eat, what happens is it causes your blood sugar to drop. So you get really hungry. So what happens when it comes time to eat, you tend to overeat.
Yeah,
to overcompensate.
you become very ravenous and you eat
exactly. So
the
when
whole
you
chicken or something like that.
Get really hungry, you don't think about eating healthy. The first thing is vending machine or donuts, M&M chocolates or potato chips, so and then you eat that, and then comes lunchtime, you're so hungry, you eat such a big meal, and that's when the problem starts. So you're overeating. And then sometimes when you don't eat, your body recognizes that it's in a starvation mode. So what it does is it hangs on to every calorie because it doesn't know when it's going to get the next meal in. So you're actually slowing your metabolism down.
Okay.
So when you slow your metabolism down, you're not helping your body to burn the fat and lose the weight. Yeah.
Okay, Lillian, I'm going to ask you a little bit of personal here. I'm sure you're going to, sort of like, are you married right now?
Not married, in a serious relationship, but not married.
Okay, a serious relationship. Yes. Okay. I'm sure there was a time when a man would look at you, you're very muscular, you're probably muscular than me.
Yes.
Do you have that kind of obstacles, getting a guy to get to know you? I'm sure there's a softer side of you inside,
right. Not in US, it's not a problem. I came back in 1997 after I graduated. Came back, I was going to settle here, find a job. I remembered going to a club in Batu Fringi. I think it's Modesto. I don't think it's here anymore, but I went there, wore a nice red dress, hair, makeup done. My mom is like, go have some fun. I went there, stood there from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Not a single guy came up and asked me to dance. They'll come, they'll look at me, no thanks. And then finally at 1:30, this is the last call. Okay, I get my drinks, and then my mom gave me like a $50 bill.
They were not right for you, darling.
Yeah. So what I did was I said, I must find a way to spend a $50 bill. So she actually think I had fun. So I went and ordered a whole pizza for myself. And Modesto makes wonderful pizza. So I ate the whole thing and came back. My mom asked me, so how was your night? You met any interesting person? I said, yeah, my date was my pizza. But, it's okay. So next day I
It's okay, you moved on.
Yeah, I moved on. And then, for a while there, I thought I would never find somebody here that I could settle with because, like you say, they're intimidated with that. They don't want a woman that can lift more than them. They want a softer side. But if you get to know
they want
me,
a typically women, a natural women. Yeah,
I'm very fun, bubbly, very soft, sensitive person. It's just this outer shell that looks very tough. You know?
Yeah, but I'm sure although you on the facade you're a tough cookie, but I'm sure inside you're still
just like typical woman. I cry, I go through my tantrums and all that.
And you have all your PMS and all.
Oh yes. We don't want to go through that, but yes, definitely.
Okay, last question. Do you have some kind of supplements do you take to sort of like, I'm sure you have to take high protein supplements.
I keep everything very simple. Basically, natural food. I stick to my chicken, my fish, my egg whites, vegetables. I do take multivitamins every day, and vitamin C. As far as supplements to help me before, like prior to workout, I've been taking creatine. It helps. It gives you a harder, you can push a little bit longer in the gym. And then like from recovery, I just take glutamine. That's basically, you can mix it with your drink.
You have sort of like a website, if anybody wants to pursue in this kind of sports, to ask advice, in terms of, they want to go into this, especially in women in Malaysia.
You can, I'm available for freelance personal training, appearances, any kind of commercial. You can always email me at TGR?WMN1 at hotmail.com. Basically, it's Tiger Woman 1 abbreviated, TGRWMN1.
Tiger Woman 1. Okay, that's all we have for today, Lillian. Good luck in your relationship. Thank you so much for being with us. That's all we have for the Breakfast Club. Be sure to stay tuned to Astro 502 Panama TV for the latest headline. I'm signing off, Shilda Ismail. Goodbye.
Thank you.